What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a while since I've made a YouTube video, and there have been videos that I've started and not finished, including the last track day. So real quick, we went to Etown ProBroDown. I started making a video. I recorded nothing during the day because I basically just locked in because I was like, you know what? I want to get bumped up to A group at Town at Club Loose. That was like a big goal of mine from even just starting drifting. And the 3000, when I lived up here, the 3000 was never A group legal, and the skill level I hit a limit in that car at a point. And then I built the V after we moved away, and I only did one event a year here at Town at Club Loose, and there was really no chance of me like getting in that seat time in front of the right people there to get bumped up. But after Haunted Moves last year, and then we came up here for ProBroDown, I finally got an A group bump, and I feel like that is like checks off a big box on my drifting career, grassroots career if you want to call it. Big accomplishment for me to finally make it to that point, have the V just running good, doing well, and I feel like I'm like, okay, cool. But during the event, I started making a video leading up to it, and then I kind of just like locked in, and I was like, I need to get this today and do the best I can today, and I just was not thinking about recording anything. So now that we got that, I made the last minute decision to go drifting this weekend. So Pocono Raceway, they are having a clean culture event that's co-hosted with like Adam LZ and some other YouTubers and stuff, but some friends of mine are going and driving. So I made the last minute decision to let's go to Pocono, we'll get some seat time. It's a skid pad event, but still it's good seat time. And I think this is gonna be my last chance to drive for a few weeks. So I was like, I might as well jump on it while I can. So I need to pack the Escalade, and then I'm gonna show you guys something real quick here. And then tonight we're gonna load the car up. So let's get into it. Before I get too far into it, you guys have seen me mention Pocono Specialties radiator hoses, silicone radiator hoses for the V1. I have the yellow ones on my Drift V, and Alex sent me out a purple kit right here. We're going to be redoing the V at some point in the coming months, and these will match perfectly, and we're probably going to move the yellow ones over to my street car. But super quality hoses. They're 5-layer silicone reinforced radiator hoses, super quality. I've been running them on the Drift V for a little over a year now, and they've held up well. They're super tough, durable, and whatnot. So Pocono Specialties. I will say though, those of you that follow me and you know StanceCo, we will have the full line of Pocono Specialties, every color that they come in, on the StanceCo website in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be doing a launch, and we will be your source for silicone radiator hoses for the V1. Proven, track tested and proven silicone radiator hoses for the V1. So as you guys know, when I come up to Pennsylvania in the summer, I stay at my parents' house, and I'm kind of posed with an issue right now, and that is that they just got their driveway seal coated the other day, so I can't drive on it, which kind of makes it hard because I need my Escalade, which is out there, and I need my Drift V, which is out there. So pre-event prep on the V, we're gonna put it on the trailer. That's about that. Escalade, I'm gonna have to pull it up at the bottom of the driveway here to pack, and then I will I got to swap my my height rods in the rear for the towing setup and get everything put on there. And the V, yeah, I mean, I pretty much just left it after ProBroDown. ProBroDown went well, so I didn't do anything to the car, and last night I street drove it to the gas station. Everything felt as good as it could be, so we're just going to put it on the trailer and hope for the best. The tires that are on there right now probably have like 2 laps on a skid pad, so I want to use the rest of those. And then we have a couple new tires that are on the trailer, which is at Morgan's parents' house, that we will swap on for the rest of the event. I'm hoping that the Pocono track is good on tires, because I would love to not go through a bunch at a skid pad event. And I know like wheel speed is not going to be as crazy as it is at Etown. It'll probably be like a 2nd gear track for me, kind of like when we go to Leadfoot. So as long as we're doing proper cool downs and things like that, I just can't get too crazy with it. Can't get carried away when it comes to letting things cool down, and that's my biggest problem. So I'm going to back the Escalade up, we're going to pack, and we're going to go grab the trailer and bring the back and do all that stuff. So I mentioned a towing trim for the Escalade. So let me give you a little rundown of what we did here. When I lowered the Escalade, I have some shorter links for the rear air ride, for the ride sensors. And basically that allows it to be 2 inches lower in the rear. But what I ended up doing to prevent squat is that I made these longer links so that when I plan on towing, I swap these in. Now the factory links had these little studs that screw in to the brackets, and it has this little ball on the other side, and then you have your links here. So I made some longer links with some threaded rod and used the same caps, but I was like, I need something that's going to pop on and off easier, because when these things pop onto those little balls, it is a little difficult. So I got a pin, which I'll show you in a sec, and I basically just slide these on with a little pin, and they slide on, pop off. So all I have to do is jack up each rear corner just enough that I can access it with like behind the fender liner, and then it's all good. I just swap them out. So I'll show you guys that process right now. Okay, so by jacking up the truck just a little bit, tire's still on the ground, but we have access in here to what I did. So I usually take the bottom one off first, pull the little cotter pin out, and then slide it off, let the sensor fall, pull the second one out of the top, slide it off, and then here's my shorter rod in comparison to my longer rod. Now I'm going to throw the longer one in, do the other side, and when the truck starts, it will think that it's sitting lower, so it will add more air to the rear suspension, and it will help with any kind of squat or sag once trailer and car is all loaded up. All right, just like that, Escalade's all packed, load bars are in. I'm gonna go pick up the trailer, and then I just gotta fill my rear airbags. The Firestone bags that are in the coil springs, we'll fill those up before we load the car, and then these airbags and the shocks will just naturally fill up. And that's that. There was one thing though that I wanted to talk about, which, just judging by the time today, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it done today, and I'd rather not rush it, and I'd rather have my car in the driveway while I do it. Hold on, there's music playing. I really don't want to get copyrighted. So the tire sprayers that I've been working on, I'm gonna make a video to give you guys a whole rundown of that. I just got the last of the parts for it, but I don't have enough time to install them. So I am going to hold off on that. We'll do it next week when I can have the car up here in the driveway and whatnot, and then we'll go down the rabbit hole of installing the tire sprayer. So we'll have them dialed in for the next event. I just didn't want to rush it, and if I do it in the street, it's not going to come out how I want it to come out ultimately. So we're going to hold off on that. I just got to be smart tomorrow and pay attention to my tire temps, not do any kind of crazy hot lapping and try and show off and all that stuff. So with that being said, we're gonna go get the trailer. We're gonna come back. I'll check in with you guys when we have a loaded up car, and then I'm just making this whole video the whole event because I showed you guys some of the events from some of the clips from ProBroDown, but I'm gonna try and make it a point tomorrow to actually record and do all that stuff and be good about recording so I can make you guys a video and show you guys some of the stuff with drifting the V and just how we're doing. So with that being said, we'll jump back in once I have a car loaded on the trailer. went to Pocono, got some video, not a lot. I know I wanted to go into it thinking that I was going to be good about recording, but I put my GoPro on. Sometimes I forget to put it on. Sometimes I put it on and let it record for 30 minutes. It is what it is. However, we had a good day of drifting. The drift fee took another day of abuse. We ended up basically going out, me, Lyron and Sharon. We would go out, do 4 laps, just rotate who was leading, who was in the middle, who was in the back, rotate 4 laps, come back, let our cars cool down because it was super hot out, and we were hot lapping. There was no cool down time, like there was no waiting in line for a cool down period. We were just straight up hot lapping it. So we were doing that, and then we would let our car cool down for like 20 minutes, half hour, chat it up with some people, hang out with friends, go back out, do another 4 or 5 laps, and just wash, rinse, repeat all day long. Then what that helped with was tire consumption. Tire consumption was pretty minimal. That skid pad was actually pretty good on tires. And I will say it was probably the most fun I've ever had at a skid pad event in general. So that was nice. And then it was good on tires. The cool downs for the car also helped. One thing I noticed was my oil was getting super hot and the pressure was going down and all that stuff, which happens when oil gets hot. But it seemed like it was getting hotter than normal. But with that cool down, it was just a lot of waiting for the tire, for the oil to come down and help bring that coolant temp down. I run 2050 VR1 in the car, and I almost kind of want to maybe try like a 540 in the car and see what that does. See what the oil pressure does with a good 540, and I don't know, give it a shot. So with that being said, the next video I really want to wrap up my water sprayers, so I'm going to make an entire video about the water sprayers, giving you guys a rundown of where I'm at, and then bring you along in the process of installing the water sprayers themselves. That way we have a solution for the tire cool down. If the car is cool but we want to keep the tires cool, flick that sprayer switch and be good. I already have some parts for it. I have the mister nozzles, I have the bulkhead fittings that'll go through the wheel wells, and then I have the pigtail here for the pump that's on that washer tank in the trunk. So yeah, I mean, we got all the parts. Now I just need to run the lines and do all that stuff. It'll be nice 1/4 inch push connect fittings here, and it should look nice once it's all installed. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I'm gonna try and get back to it. Life's just been busy. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.